Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to understand data loading in Qlik Sense. Data loading means that you are going to load your data coming from n number of sources. So that source can be an Excel file, it can be a CSV file, it can be a SQL, it can be a NoSQL, it can be, let's say, any source. So loading data into Qlik Sense actually is very similar to SQL commands. So this is a sample script that I have over here. So in this script, as you can see, as you can see, this is employee detail CSV is nothing but your table name. So you are providing a table name to your script ending by a colon. Once that is done, you can write load. So you can actually write select also. So select your column names from table name. Okay, or you can just say load column names from table name. So these are my column names, sales rep name and role, and based on that this is coming from, let's say, CSV file. So I have this data over here, sales rep name and role, which is Amit, B2B, Darshan, Sukshi and Ankit. So over to here there are some of the parameters that is to be looked into. So if it is a CSV file or any file which has been separated by delimiter, so you need to specify that it is being separated or it is going to be separated by a delimiter, and you need to provide the delimiter. For over to here I am using a CSV file which is a comma separated file. You can even file CSV files which is tab separated. So over to here I have just added comma, and as you can see I have written text here. The same code can be replicated again for Excel, where the embedded labels picture come into play, and you can see OOXML, and table is, this is the name of the sheet, employee details. Okay, so over to here we have the data called as sales rep name and role. It is the same data replicated again, just for a quick example. So based on the type of file that we load in Qlik, the configuration also varies. So these configurations over to the bottom after the from statement is something that you don't have to keep in mind, that you need to add this parameter, then you need to add this parameter. No, when you start adding the files, automatically these parameters will come into play. We have a whole GUI for that. So let me take you to the dashboard from where we are going to load this data. So over to here I have three options: data manager, data load editor and data model viewer. I will go to the data load editor. I am going to add one more tab. Over to here, let this load and let's look into the data connection first. So over here I am going to create a new data connection first, because I don't have any data connection. So I am just going to click create new connection. I have a folder where all my data is stored. Now I am going to navigate to the folder. So my folder is in my name, documents, Qlik Sense app, and I'll say app data. I'm going to create. As you can see, the folder is created. Now we have two options. First, we can delete this connection, Another option is we can edit the path of the connection, and the third option is select the data. So we are going to hit on select data. So you can see the file, all the folders and everything has been loaded here. So I can just go down to, let's say, data discovery, and I can just take the data. So that is, now as you can see, it is analyzing my XLS file. Now it is automatically detected that this is an Excel file. So as you can see, we have multiple types, so it is automatically taken that it is an XLSX file. So if it is a XLS file, it will automatically select this. Okay, as you can see, embedded label option is already taken care of. If you have some columns that you need to chunk it out, then you can see, you can just play around with the header size, and you can take another line as your data. So as you can see, I'm just playing around with it, and I'm choosing the perfect columns. So these are the perfect columns. So I have the first line in my Excel which has the column names, and this is my sheet name, which is sheet 1. Now when I just add this, as you can see, load all the column names. This is from this table OXML, and it is telling me the table is sheet 1, which is the sheet or the tab of the Excel. Now we can just provide it a name, saying that this is, let's say, data discovery, like this, and we can just add a exit script over here and just click on load. As you can see, the data has been loaded. The data loading took around 41 seconds. It loaded around this much lines or this much amount of data with no errors and no synthetic key. And when I close this, I have the app reloaded with the data. So now I can go to my data model viewer to just check if the data table is present or not. As you can see, data discovery was the table name that we actually gave. So if you cannot see the preview, just hit on the preview. It has so many rows, it has so many fields. These are the data type present or tags present in your table, and this is a sample data from this table. So this table, you shouldn't use it for validation purpose, because this particular data is only to help you understand that this data is coming in this particular format. Now if I just scroll it, I can see all the count are coming in the right hand side, all the numbers are coming in the right hand side. So my number formatting, my text formatting, and everything is up to the mark. Okay, now I can go to the sheet and we can create a dashboard. So I already have a dashboard created for this, which is having this particular set of data, and I have added a chart. And over to here, as you can see, we have created this particular application which showcase the current year's figures, last year figures, and it has some of the categories where basically of category of businesses, and there is a contribution, there is year-on-year growth, there is distribution and month-wise trend.